Well, it's good I didn't hear my wife's name being called for the silent auction. It means I gotta come out of here this morning. First of all, thank you. Thank everybody for being here tonight, supporting recovery. Jimmy, thank you for a great message. You had asked how many people here are in recovery. And sitting at my table, there's 102 years of recovery. 102 years. My recovery date is October 20th, 1997. So when people say that people who come into recovery can't do things in their life, you hear about guys like Jimmy and people who become mayors. And you know what? That did not happen. That did not happen by me. I heard a lot of talk about God tonight. And although a rare breed, I love the message of God. It was far away from Take Me Home, the music. But I understood it, you know, and it brought me back to when I first came into my last time into recovery. And I'm very fortunate, very blessed that on my way to here, I have someone that I've never met personally, face to face. I've never had an interaction with this individual. Calls me up one day and says, "It's my job to pray for you." Someone local. Her name is Nicole Bailey. And Nicole calls me every week to pray for me, to pray with me. And I'm coming off of a week where there's a lot of stress, a lot of physical stuff that I have to do for my job. And as you can see, I'm not a young boy, so my body doesn't move in directions that it used to move, and it hurts a lot more than how it used to hurt. I still got it. How about my man, Big T? How about you? You want to talk about miracles? There's the man right there. There's a man right there. You know, and I've had an opportunity to be available, to be able to be there for people when they needed the help. My story's a little differently. I did not spend a day in jail only because I was protected and I was pretty much a different time where things were taken care of on the quiet and the QT. Come from a good quality family, loving mother and father. And things to me just kind of went upside down at a young age. I got sexually molested when I was a kid by someone in my neighborhood. And my life just turned upside down. And I went to a road of violence. I was very angry, and I would go to violence for anything that I would have. And I don't say that as a tough guy. I was always a fear. And my life continued like that, year in, year out. And by the time I was 11, 12 years old, I tried to kill this individual that had harmed me. And I never was able to talk about that because, again, look at my age. We didn't talk about things like that in the 60s or the 70s. I didn't talk about that until I got into recovery. I was 39 years old. My life today is nowhere near where I was when I got here. I was hopeless, homeless, and heartless. That word hope, my grandmother, God bless her soul, used to say, hope springs eternal. Hope to me means hearing other people's experiences. If I'm hearing other people's experience and guiding me through my daily day and my daily routine, then my life is getting a little bit better, one day at a time. I'm very diligent with what I do with my recovery. I stay very close to what I do. I have a way of recovery for my own. I don't push that on anybody, but it's been working for me for a long time. The last time that I was out there running and doing what I was doing, I remember what happened, and I didn't know it was God at the time. I did not know that. I thought it was just another day. I came to at my bar that I own, and I was covered with blood from shoes, through my shoes, socks, and underwear, and I didn't know where it came from. It was not mine. And I know the capabilities of myself and the physical things that I could do that I thought my worst nightmare had happened. And I made a phone call, because where I come from, there was a lot of things in play, a lot of programs in play, a lot of people in play, that when somebody was reaching out for help, there was someone there and they were able to do it. I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania. And that, probably because Scranton was known for all their drinking for all the years, and there was a lot of drunks there back in the early days, and still are. But I can tell you that those people reached out and gave me a hand up. And I was able to reach out to them. And I went to a treatment facility. And I remember sitting there, and you know what? Up until that point, I've been shot, I've been stabbed. I've had all kinds of things happen to me in a bad way that I never cried a day in my life. 39 years old, you know. Men don't cry. That's what I was taught, you know. But I can tell you that day, I was in a round table, and if anybody's been to treatment, and the kumbayas around the table, you know, we're all there sharing our inner souls and our inner guts. My first night there, I'm sitting next to this young girl. I could see her today. I could see her face. I could see her blonde hair. I could smell her. I could hear her voice. But I could not, for the grace of God, remember her name or where she's from. But I remember her talking about how she wished she had a relationship with her father, but couldn't because of how he behaved with drugs and alcohol. Well, I had an 18-year-old daughter that I was not a father of, if you had asked me a week prior to that, I'd tell you I was father of the year. In reality, I was a scumbag for a dad. I wasn't there emotionally, I wasn't there physically, I wasn't there spiritually. It was a paycheck every month. I thought that's all I had to do. But when she said that, I started to cry like a baby. And I couldn't stop. And she grabbed me by my elbow and she walked me to the phone. And she called my daughter. And I pray and hope every day that I never ever forget the words that came out of my daughter's mouth that day. I remember picking up the phone and I said to her, I said, "Kara, I'm sorry for the hurt and the pain that I've caused you." And I started crying, I couldn't stop. I didn't know God was jumping into that conversation at that time, but later I found out that that's what it was, because my heart started to open. She did not miss a beat. She said, "Dad, there's times I needed you and you weren't there. There's times in my life I wish I never saw you again. What you need to do, Dad, is you need to reach down deep inside you. Find out what makes you do the things that you do. You need to bring God back into your life. Once you do that, Dad, the one thing I never denied was the love you have for me and the love I have for you." Powerful stuff. It was like I was throwing a life jacket or a life preserver, and I've been holding on to that for 26 plus years. That 18-year-old daughter that I wasn't a father to today is, I hate to say it, she's like going to be 46, 40, night before, you're going to be 47 years old. And she's my best friend. My best friend. And I can tell you that, my recovery started to take off after that day. And I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that I was looking at this recovery thing, and I didn't think there was going to be a projectile into another dimension that was beyond my wildest dreams. And I just kept getting better, and better. And I heard Jimmy talk about having an opportunity to speak in front of the legislators. I was one of those people too, that I had an opportunity to share my story. Because I had lost my privilege to drive for life in 1980. Because of the person and the things that I did behind the wheel of a car. And then, of course, I, like Jimmy, would not be able to have a relationship with another person, even myself. It was a great one-night stander, because nobody wanted me more than one night. And in recovery, it sent me a blessing beyond my wildest dreams. Her name is Dana. She's my wife. Now, my wife has 26 years also. And we met in recovery, and she's my best friend and my best confidant. You know, I know when she knows when I'm going a different direction, and it's a little nudge. But there's always a little nudge, because it's not like we're on the phone all the time, texting, how you doing today? Where you at? What time you coming home? It's none of that. There's times we don't see each other for 3 days, and we might have one text. This program of recovery has given me something that I could never, ever believe. Give me an opportunity to lead, to be part of a community. When this hell happened in 2016, they used to call the city of Martinsburg Little Baltimore. They don't call that city anymore Little Baltimore. And they don't call it Little Baltimore because of people like Tara, people like Stephanie, who you're going to hear from here, and most people in this room. Because of the hard work that we've worked on to make things better for this community. By taking what works in other areas and bringing it here to make it and implement it here. I can't speak highly enough of Bill Norris and what he does. In the legal system, how everybody's working together. We have the prosecuting attorneys here at this event here today. Everybody working together to help. It was not like that. It was not like that. There was nothing here. Yet we were the fastest growing, the biggest county here in the state of West Virginia, and a state that was the number one for the opioid deaths in the country, and we were the third out of 53 counties in the state of West Virginia with the highest death rate. The county bestowed on me, gave me an opportunity to be the first drug czar for the state of West Virginia for a county. My job was to be able to bring treatment here and go out and identify the good, the bad, and the ugly. And believe me, there was a lot of ugly I saw out there. We started to implement a little things here. I remember sitting in my office, and I run into, somebody comes in, she's about 6 months clean and sober. She's standing in front of me, we're talking, and something happened. You want to talk about a God thing, something happened. Not only did something happen, I think the news station came in at that time, and she ended up doing an interview. Little did I know that I was going to hire her to be my assistant. Little did I know that God has placed somebody in my life that is like a daughter to me. Little did I know that I'd be in an event like I am today and standing here and both of us being honored. That is an honor in itself, to be standing here with Stephanie Stout and you people here. You are the heroes. You are the people that make this work. I just happen to be in a position that I could push things along a little bit quicker, a little bit faster. Because I heard it before. I'm sick and tired of stepping over dead bodies. Sick and tired of stepping over dead bodies. I come here tonight and I run into my old friend Luke. I remember Luke. We thought we lost you, Luke, but you're here tonight. I speak to Lisa about her son. She tells me 15 months clean and sober now. I come and I hear a voice coming out of Big T. He and I go back. There's a history here. I think I put him in that year program that he was at. But it was the best thing that ever happened to him. He came back bigger and stronger, and he's here to spread the message also. So I got to end it at this, that, you know, my life today is what it is as a direct result of the people in my recovery, my God, and the people around me. Because I am nothing left to my own devices. I have a daily routine that I was sharing with someone earlier that for a long time it was daily, and then all of a sudden this past few months, I'm slacking off on my daily routine, my daily prayer. But I can tell you that any prayer that I have in the morning, I end it with this. I ask my God, please be with me through my thoughts, my actions, and my words. Because you leave those to me, I'm going to ruin it. If I follow what you have to say and lead me to, my life is going to be good. And I am so blessed to be here tonight, because I didn't think that I would be able to even get out of a chair today because of how bad I felt physically. And I heard it. I heard it, the message tonight when that woman, Nicole Bailey, she prayed that my body would heal to be able to be here tonight. And I can stand here and tell you that my body had healed, at least for now. Thank you, and God bless. Thanks.